Hi everyone, and welcome back to Market Intel 101. I'm Frank Krebs, and today we're going to discuss how to identify if an opportunity is right for your firm. So today we're going to start by going into just my opportunities. And what I've done today is picked up one of our client accounts, and these are their opportunities. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go in and sort by search criteria here. So when we do sorting by the search criteria, it puts it in alphabetical order by that criteria. For example, you see here dental supplies, landscape services, medical equipment, etc. So let's go to one of these opportunities for medical supplies. We'll go for this Veterans Affairs opportunity here. Okay, so when we go to that opportunity, you will notice that it pops up in sam.gov, as all of the federal opportunities will do. This is one by VA. It's for medical supplies, program office requirement for therapeutic footwear. Now, when you look at an opportunity to gauge your level of interest and whether it's something you can do, first thing you want to do on a federal opportunity is look at the general information category, and then you're going to want to look at classification. So when we look at general information, first thing I notice is this is not yet a bid opportunity. This is a sources sought. And what that means is the government is seeking information from the vendor community about a potential opportunity. Now, it could be they're looking to see, is there a small business who can handle the business they're looking for, whether it's providing products or service, etc. It might be they're trying to see if they can group a number of items together under one procurement opportunity, and can anyone handle all of that? So today we'll take a look at this in more detail. But after you check the opportunity type, check the publish date and response date. So on this, I see that the original opportunity came out on June 10th. However, it was updated on June 24th. Now, they also updated the response date from June 24th to July 8th. What that tells us is there's still time to get a proposal in. So you can do that, and it's not really a proposal. I misspoke there. It's more of information to the government based on what they're looking for. Now, since it is a sources sought, you're not going to see a set aside. However, if this was a contract opportunity, you want to pay close attention to the set aside information right here. All right, so this is coming out under NAICS code 339113 for surgical appliance and supplies. Makes sense since we were looking under medical supplies. So here's the description. And notice that first thing, it's telling you the notice of intent of the government. And they're saying they're not requesting offers or quotes or proposals at this time. They're going to tell you what they're looking for, okay? It's with the Veterans Affairs Office, their Office of Procurement, Acquisition, and Logistics. And what they're looking for is they're seeking potential vendors from all categories, large, small, woman-owned, veteran-owned, anyone who may be able to perform the work, provide the products they're looking for. The objective of this information is to provide market research for the availability of pricing, data analysis, and coding, okay, for approved therapeutic footwear, medical surgical supplies for nationwide usage. So they're going through and they're looking for different products that fit that. They want different sizes, they need different styles, etc. And they're looking to see, can someone fulfill that? Now, with a sources sought, this is your opportunity to get noticed at the federal agency who has issued that. So if you have the ability to perform the required task, you should always respond to a sources sought. All right. Even if you can't do everything, reply to what you can do. Okay? Reply with your information. Because at a minimum, what you will be doing is getting your company's information in front of that agency's contracting officers. Worst case, you can't do everything when they come out with the full-blown RFP. You're not able to bid it, but at least you've had the opportunity to get in front of that agency, provide them some information about your company and how it may fit with what they're looking for. Okay? So make sure you go through and do that. Read everything, including the attachments. All right, you will see they've updated their basic attachment here from the one that came out earlier. They deleted that and put out a new one. Okay. Here's the folks who are handling this. This is being done out of the VA office in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And here's the point of contact, email and phone number. Use that if you need any additional information. However, if you can, reply to the sources sought. It's more informal. You don't have to answer every item that they list. Answer those that you can. And make sure you include a copy of your capability statement, even if they don't ask for it. Most of the time in a sources sought, the government asks for your capability statement, but even if they don't, provide it to them. Okay? It's your chance to market your company to an audience that is looking for some type of product or services that you can perform. All right? So if we get out of sam.gov, what I now want to do is go in and look at a different contract, hopefully one that is actually solicitation. So if I come down here and I'll do another Veterans Affairs for pest control. So if we go in here, you'll see this is pest controls with the VA, and this is a combined synopsis solicitation. What that means is the government is soliciting bids or quotes for the work they're looking for. If I go in and look at the dates again, you'll see this was originally published on June 11th. They updated it on June 26th. One of the things that update did was extend the original date from June 21 to July 5. Now, since it is a solicitation, this is one that does have a set-aside. It's a total small business set-aside. What that means is you must be a small business to bid this opportunity. If you are a large business, and the government will tell you in their detailed information what constitutes large versus small, but you must be a small business. It's under the NAICS code of 561710 for exterminating and pest control services. And the place of performance is going to be the VA centers in North Florida, South Georgia. Okay? So if this is something that looks like it might interest you, you're going to want to look in more detail. Okay? First thing, this is just telling you it was amended to extend the due date. So what you've got here is you've got some original documentation that came out on June 11th, you've got an update that came out June 20th, and you've got some information that came out on June 26th. So let's just look at the question and answer document first. Anytime the government puts out questions and answers, it's very important that you read everything about these questions and answers. Make sure it doesn't affect something that you're able to provide or that you maybe can't do now that they've amended it. All right, so you're looking at it. They ask how the proposal's to be submitted. It's to be sent via email only to the contracting officer. Was this a previously awarded contract? If so, to whom and how much was the award? What they tell you here is that there was a 6-month contract that was awarded via contract number 36C, etc. That award information is available on the Federal Procurement Data System. So if we go there, we can see what type of information we can find on that. All right, so we're going to look here, and we're going to go in, and we're going to do pest control. Now, I'll tell you what, let's use the number that they tell us here. They gave us the opportunity number, so let's use that. And we will find the information this way. We will put that into search. And here's what we find. We find that there was an award done back in January of 2024. Like they said, it was a 6-month contract. It was issued by the VA to Wayne Holiday and Tommy Houck Jr. Inc. All right. Now, if we want to view a little more information on this, if I go here to view, now I get more info on this. Okay. It was originally prepared, set up on January 8th. It was modified on January 19th. They obligated $141,754 on this contract. The contract's estimated completion date is June 30th. So what that tells me is for a 6-month period, they're anticipating this award for about $140,000. So for a year, they're looking at it anywhere from about $250,000 to $300,000 annual contract. All right. And then there's just a little bit more information. Place of performance, which we already know is going to be northern Florida in Gainesville area into southern Georgia. And there's some other info on here. That's what you want to look at. How much money was awarded, what the period of performance was. All right. And that's why they provided that information. So if we look at the actual statement of work here, so what we've got is we've got some information on this. Let me enlarge that. This is what's coming out. The purpose of it was simply to extend the due date. So the statement of work is not there, but it most likely would be here. All right. So what we have is the combined synopsis solicitation. They are telling us right here where we can go for certain information. Here's the RFP, some data, contract clauses. What we want to look for is we want to look for what we need to do to respond to this contract. We would also want to check out the actual statement of work itself and the price schedule. So if we look here, here's the price schedule. This is what they want filled out. If you notice, there are going to be numerous CLINs. A CLIN is a contract line item number, CLIN. So they've got one here. There's 12 quantity because it's for a base period from July 1 of 24 to June 30, 25. It's a monthly amount, and you're going to put the monthly amount here, and you're going to extend that price based on the quantity of 12 months out here. So for example, if to do what item 1 includes, let's say it's a $10,000 job, you're going to multiply that by 12 so that for the year it's $120,000. All right, so we're going to go down. Oh, there's quite a few CLINs. There's 17, in fact, for the base period. And then when the CLIN number structure changes, in this case it's 1001, that's also when they updated the year to option year 1. Okay, so then there's going to be 17 for option year 1 in all probability. There is. Then it goes to option year 2. And then option year 3. And option year 4. So this is going to be a 5-year contract, as long as the winning bidder can perform the contract as the government is looking. Now, here's what each CLIN number is. All right, this is for performing the services at the Malcolm Randall VA Center in Gainesville. They've got different buildings that they need taken care of and pest control performed. So each building is going to be a different CLIN number. So they're looking for what it takes to do this building, what it will take to do the MAS building, what it will take to do the EMS warehouse, their building called IRMS, so forth and so on. And then you'll notice it's the same buildings, but for the next year. All right. So that's the pricing they're looking for. Okay. That needs to be submitted. Also, you want to check out the instructions to offerers. Always check this out. They're telling you about the NAICS code, what it means for that particular code, and what constitutes a small business. In this case, it's 500 employees or less. Okay, so if it's set aside for small business, it has to fit that category, and we know it is. Submission of offers. Here is what they are looking for. They want every page labeled with this information. Solicitation number, time specified for receipt of offers, the name, address, and phone number of the offerer. They want a technical description of items being offered in sufficient detail to evaluate the contractor's compliance with the requirements in this solicitation. They also want you to put in any terms that you are asking for them to comply with. They want your price and any discount terms. They need your information, and they need for you to acknowledge solicitation amendments. They are also looking for past performance information. Okay. Now down here, they are going to tell you what and how they will evaluate, but this is just more information as to what they're looking for. And if we go down to evaluation for award, well, they're telling you how you can protest, etc. But here's the evaluation. This is what they are looking for, and the factors that they will use to evaluate all offers. This is extremely important when you are putting together your proposal. You want to make sure you emphasize all the areas that they are looking at. You want to make sure you have detailed information sufficient to let the government know that you understand the requirements, and not just the fact that you've bid X amount, but that you've bid X amount knowing that this is what you're providing, this is the expectations, and you will comply with. So they want a technical approach. They want to know your quality control plan. They want to know you're complying with laws and regulations. They need your management approach. They want your corporate experience. Remember, they're looking at past performance. And they want your price and cost. And that's going to be the factors they're going to utilize when evaluating this. Okay? So just keep that in mind. So that is the pest control contract. That's what you're going to have to do. Remember, anytime you're looking at a federal opportunity, download all the attachments. Make sure there's nothing in there that is going to prevent you from bidding that contract. All right. If we go back to the opportunities list again, remember, you get a good overview this way of the information. You can look here and say, that's not really something we do. Okay. If you find something that's not what you can do, you just put an X in here. Put a check mark right here in this delete box and come up here and delete checked items, and it removes it from your opportunity listing. Try to keep your opportunity listing to only those that you've not yet researched and or that you definitely want to look at bidding. Okay. Let's do one state and local one. We can do this Bedford County, Tennessee one. What we're going to do here and what you're going to see here is this is a opportunity with Bedford County, Tennessee. And so this is a state and local opportunity. Remember, the market intel system will provide state and local opportunities based on keywords. It provides federal opportunities based on NAICS codes as well as keywords. The NAICS codes are not applicable for state and local opportunities. Okay? So if we look at this, here's the general bid terms and conditions. All right? What they are going to do is they're going to award a purchase order, and it will be issued to the successful bidder. and they will have a copy of this available to anybody who wants. But what they are doing from an evaluation standpoint, they're looking for a qualified, responsible bidder that meets or exceeds the minimum requirements, that furnishes all the documents requested, it's submitted timely, and that everything is on there that they are looking for. Okay, here's their specific instructions. It's got to be labeled properly. Bids must be received in this case by 2 p.m. on July 11th, 2024. If they don't indicate the time zone, that's always the local time zone of the contracting officer. Okay, in this case, folks at the Bedford County, Tennessee. Then this is what they're looking for. Okay, they're looking for competitive bids for a price-only contract for Bedford County EMS. They're looking for specific items that the EMS service within Bedford County will need over the next year. Okay, they're looking for pharmaceuticals. They want training. They're looking for training on any certified products that they are buying. So if it's not something like a simple, say, syringe or certain medication, for example, they may want training on it. So you've got to be able to provide training for any of the equipment that they would purchase. Okay, so here's their proposal form. This must be submitted as a cover page to your pricing sheet, and then they've got the pricing sheet. This is the specific items they're looking for. They want to know the item number. They want to know the cost per item, but they also want to know if you provide these in a box or case, what would you charge? Okay. For example, if this is an individual item, well, it may be, I have no idea what this is, say $1 per, but maybe you can buy a case of 24 and the case price is $19.99. Okay. So they want to know that information. And there's multiple pages of products here that they are looking for, including various batteries. Obviously, much of the equipment that they have is battery operated. They need to take it out from an EMS standpoint on scene, on site for different accidents, etc. So they're going to need things that operate under batteries, and they're going to need a good supply of batteries. So in addition to all the medical equipment, they're looking for batteries to be provided as well. This is what you would need to provide along with this cover sheet to respond to this proposal. Now, if you notice, this is a state-local contract. It's local in that it's Bedford County, Tennessee. They are typically less restrictive and request less information than the federal government does. So if you are just starting out, my advice to new businesses starting out in the government is kind of cut your teeth on state and local opportunities first. They're easier to bid, they're easier to win. Federal government usually requires a more extensive proposal process and folks who have more experience than those folks who are just starting out. Like I said, get your feet wet, if you will, with some state and local opportunities before you try to tackle some of the larger federal contracts. All right? Well, that's it for today's session of Market Intel 101. Again, I'm Frank Krebs, and look forward to talking with you all again in the future. Have a great day.